All right, what's on the bench today? So in different parts of my house, mostly my living room, I use these X10 AC controllers. You plug them into the wall and then you can turn things on and off remotely. They work good, except mine started flaking out. So I have a weird situation where the living room, it's an old house, and the living room isn't really wired right for the switch. So I put in a X10 controller at the switch, and then it controls some outlets. And unfortunately, the way that the house is wired, the switch is on phase 1 and the outlets are on phase 2. And it's hard for the X10 signals to go from one phase to the other phase. And so you buy these things, which are these phase, what do they call them? Phase repeater, system coupler / repeater. Now, I did try just putting a capacitor from one side to the other, and that's kind of like a little bit hokey. This is really the right way to do it. So the way that you install these is, let's see, this is the 2-phase installation. So you hook the white wire to the neutral, and then the red wire goes to one phase and the black wire goes to the other phase. And so it listens for signals on one or other, and then it transmits them on the other side. And I thought it was just going to be some passives, and maybe the capacitor went bad on it or something over time. And so I bought a new one. So I thought we'd take a look at the old one here. And I was really surprised at the complexity of this thing. It's a lot more to it than I thought. Let's move the camera just a tiny bit. So there's 2 boards in the machine like this, but yeah, look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. So it basically has bandpass filter, so it's listening for a particular frequency, and it's filtering that out to get rid of noise and stuff. And then I saw the top of the board, and I went, oh, yeah, there's these 3 transistors here. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe a couple, maybe they're amplifiers or something like that, right? Then I turned the board over, and I went, holy crud, look at all this stuff. I mean, there's just tons of stuff on this board. I was really shocked. So anyway, yeah, I can imagine maybe something went bad. I don't know if you remember, I did a video on me repairing a power supply that got damaged in a voltage surge when we had a bunch of power outages. And this may have been damaged during that power surge. I did notice there's this big burn mark on this board, this hot spot, and there's a big diode on this side. So the diode does seem to test okay. So it just is getting super hot, or maybe it just got really hot during a particular instance. I don't know. It looks like it's like over time. But yeah, maybe it was time to replace this thing. Yeah, I really am shocked. I really am shocked. And it can do 3 phases or 2 phases, okay? And 1, 2, right, that's the 2-phase diagram. This is the, yeah. So it's probably, each one of these is a phase. When you install it in a 2-phase application, you just cap off one of the wires. And so, yeah, it's probably 1, 2, 3. These probably are receivers. That's my guess. These are the receivers on the 3 phases, and then they go into this chip, and then the chip relays that and sends it out, and then these are the 3 transmitter chips in the transistors, and everything is, yeah. Let's see if I can read some things off of here. D667 AC7H2. Those don't make any sense to me. And then this chip here is an EM78P156ELMJ-C, made by the LAN, L-A-N? I don't know, something land. Anyway, 1237C? No, I think that's the date code. BTS 129E8. I don't know. Anyway, there you go. Yeah. You can see that each one of these has a trace going over into the IC. So I think that's what this is. Probably a custom chip. So these receive the signals, they take it into the chip, and the chip sends it out. And it goes over to this board, and it gets retransmitted. That's my guess. That's my guess. Anyway, just to show and tell today, I was amazed at how much stuff's in here.